Over here we have Victor Bae. I just pulled him and I had him on my mobile account as well. Kinda satisfied with his performance, although my player de Courtois is slightly better, I think. 1 goal scored by Courtois. Guess how he scored it? Courtois goal. Showtime goalkeepers, which you can't really sign right now, but people are still confused which one is better. You scroll to the right over here. Directing defense is a brand new skill that improves the defensive abilities of your defensive players positioned deep in your own territory. You ask me how it works? I have no idea, I haven't tried it. It's a new skill. And you get 1 goalkeeper guaranteed after you complete some simple missions. Right now you cannot even access these missions, but you're gonna be getting there later. This Indonesian goalkeeper, just because you don't really get as many stats in high 90s, he is a little bit mid. So in terms of the builds, this is going to be Livakovic, and I'm kinda aiming to sign him on my console account. His arm coverage is 169. This is a little bit concerning. He is pretty tall though, and his jump is 86. All other stats are in high 90s. Catching is probably the most irrelevant stat for a goalkeeper, so you can disregard it a little bit. Jordan Pickford, he has jump of only 80 and his arm coverage is even smaller. So for me, Pickford is not as impressive. The only advantage of Pickford is it has low punt, and low punt is a goalkeeping skill that is so important to deliver the ball to your wingers or right-left midfielders quickly, and you can start so many attacks that are like, this is such an underrated skill that people are signing goalkeepers, and that's what I was missing with my Courtois. In fact, that's what you can do on mobile, but on console you can click twice and you just can drop the ball with the goalkeeper. It's something you need to drop to add into mobile gameplay. And also he has fighting spirit, indeed. So fighting spirit, some people are saying that this is a skill that is just like boosting goalkeepers like performance. But the thing is, like, for me, I already have an additional skill. Somehow I had that. This blood has already a skill that is a low punt. Fair enough. The moment I sign Livakovic, this will be the first skill that I give him. And also additional skills, you can then give him fighting spirit, right? You can then train the skills directly. You can even achieve vantage pass, true pass. So this could be fun. Weighted pass as well on the goalkeeper, kinda underrated. So for me, I don't see a problem with that, because it's a showtime card. You can give the additional skill to Livakovic, he's gonna be just as good as Pickford. For me, Livakovic in this regard is clear. If you want already a goalkeeper with the skill, go for Pickford maybe. But Diogo Costa is another goalkeeper that I had previously, and some people in my chat were saying that he has performed very well for them, like as a player of the card. This one is slightly even boosted compared to player of the card. His arm coverage is 172 though. So for me, the plan is on my mobile account, so that I can make a review, I'll sign Diogo Costa, and on my console account, I'll sign Livakovic and give him the low punt skill. In terms of jump, he is slightly worse. In terms of height, he is 186, so the tallest goalkeeper will be Livakovic, just 1 centimeter difference. Then it's going to be Diogo Costa, then it's, of course, Jordan Pickford, 185. So the T-Rex is just his nickname, like people trolling, but he is just... I mean, if he's going to be dunked by Blitz colors, don't tell me that I didn't warn you, so just saying that. I would rate jump 86, that's nice, that's nice. Arm coverage, I would rate it as well, that's nice for Diogo Costa. With this build, with the additional booster goalkeeping, I think that's nice. And finally, this goalkeeper, Maarten Paes, I think for people like, obviously some people in my comments said that they don't need a Polish goalkeeper. I was like, you don't need a Polish goalkeeper, but neither do I, and neither Konami is offering you a Polish goalkeeper. This is a flag of Indonesia. So there's an Indonesian goalkeeper that is kind of underwhelming. His reach is low, even though he is tall. You don't really care about reach that much. His jump is low. His arm coverage is just as good as Diogo Costa's. So I feel like he's gonna be still performing for you. But these stats are not that impressive. Only 92, 94 is the highest one, reflex is only 91. And he has only high punt, so he has only 1 goalkeeping skill. I was like, probably not my cup of tea. And also in terms of events, now people will be probably judging whether they're getting a player for events. Goalkeeper Jordan Pickford, because in Europe you only get English events. You don't get Turkish events, so that's where Livakovic is playing for Fener. And then of course you don't get Portuguese events, that's where Diogo Costa playing for Porto. And also another point that I figured out that may be interesting for you. If I have Bae, I don't really care, right? I don't really care what happens with players like Koundé, right? I need a player on my bench, I just do some kind of subs, I place like Adams here, and like you see, Koundé conceded 5 goals for Barca, he's on red form, red arrow. I'm playing like this, and I'm fine, right? So, but when Pickford is conceding 5 goals, my only goalkeeper is Pickford. Now I'm facing the problem of like having a substitute goalkeeper on my bench, which is taking up a bench spot, right? So, or I'm just left with a goalkeeper that has like red arrow. And obviously on the Football Hub you can see their form. And Pickford has been pretty consistent. Everton are performing pretty well, by the way. Kept a clean sheet against Newcastle, right? Very difficult game. Pickford is in A condition. They kept a clean sheet against Southampton. So this was last season, of course. Next season, will they be able to keep up the same consistency, right? He's conceding 1 goal, he's set to B at best. Maybe it's C. And then you're facing the problem of him being on a red arrow. You have short-term goalkeeper with amazing skill, but he's on a red arrow. For Fenerbahce, Livakovic, his previous form was a little bit all over the place as well, but mostly he was set to C, right? So C, a little bit of B, at times D, but C is also, you can get a red arrow on C at times. His previous results for Fenerbahce, Turkey is known for plethora of goals being scored in every game, and Fener concedes in almost every game, right? Red card, they conceded, lost. Conceded at home, conceded a goal. So your Livakovic is gonna be getting at best B condition, maybe C. And that's why I'm getting Livakovic, right? I want to experiment that new skill. But I realize that I need to have Bayer on my bench, so that in case if Bayer has better condition, he starts. So I need to vacant a place on my bench so that I can replace another goalkeeper. And then finally, of course, for Portugal Championship is very, very hectic as well. And for these conditions, he gets a lot of B though, like you see. So this is your decision, but you also need to realize that with these goalkeepers, you cannot really rely on them like you rely on Bayer, who's always gonna be at least yellow arrow, maybe green. So if I were to sign a goalkeeper, I already made a decision without even trying them. Although I'll sign both 2 goalkeepers and I'll test them and I'll share my opinion, obviously the moment Konami allows us to. But for me, I think Livakovic is going to be signed on my console account and then Diego Costa on my mobile account. I hope that cleared the confusion. This is my decision. Let me know in the comments if you have objections and you have other ideas on whom to sign. And also, while I was recording this video, it was on my live stream on Thursday, I got a comment from you, and that is actually pretty impressive stuff. You made the work that I should be making. You signed the versions of Livakovic, Pickford and Costa, the base cards. Obviously, you cannot really tell because the stats are boosted on the Showtime cards, but it also gives you an idea how the goalkeepers are performing. And this is Reze-92, and he says that for him, Costa was the best performer, and Pickford was the second, and Livakovic was the worst. And he says that Costa and Pickford are good at saving close-range shots, while Livakovic made himself a big but too slow to save them. For me, I think this is actually, by the way, not the worst thing about the goalkeepers. If your opponent is trying like some stunning shots, which is like usually high-level players, they're trying stunning shots on the edge of the box, it's just rare that any goalkeeper and Schmeichel is going to be saving them to begin with. So just parrying the balls, obviously, is it's better to catch them instead of parrying, but it's not something that I consider like a big downside for a goalkeeper. For me, it would be much worse if the goalkeeper is conceding like my Neuer conceded to a Bale shot that was like off balance, acute angle, and he still managed to like somehow let the ball go in. So if goalkeepers are doing this type of blunders, I'm gonna be concerned then. In 1-on-1 situations, 3 of them are the same, saving at least 3 in 10 shots. Pickford is very good at saving headers. He and Costa got clean catches of stunning shots. Okay, interesting. Livakovic often parries them. Well, stunning shots, like, I don't know how can you save them though. However, unless it's going straight down the middle. However, there are short-term cards in order is Pickford, Diogo, Livakovic. So Livakovic also, according to Reza, I mean, I'm just citing the experience of someone who played with base cards. I think that's from his ideas, and he thinks that you've noticed Costa has better arm coverage amongst them, so arm coverage is also nice. I kind of prefer to judge by the jump and jump height mostly. Arm coverage is also great, but I feel like sometimes the animations kick in, even goalkeeper doesn't have that arm, like physically you can see it isn't touching the ball, and you can still parry that. Like it's just glitched game at times. Livakovic is the worst among them statistically, since the goalkeeping awareness is equal to any other uploaded goalkeepers. On the other hand, Pickford's stats are almost the same as Bayer, so I think he can perform very well. So, I mean, for me, just like, I just don't really agree with that, but just like a counter argument to whatever I was talking in the video. And also, I know it's a little bit confusing, but just so that there is another opinion, second opinion from someone who tried the base cards. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next. Peace.